What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Curators of Kool. I'm reporting live from the Fortress of Solitude. I'm your host, Carl, aka Doc Holiday Inn, aka Wakanda's resident reporter, aka the Black Al Bundy, aka the T-Shirt King. And today, I don't like to give hot takes or whatever because I like to get the information, let it marinate for a minute, and then give a well thought out opinion and view on it and everything. But today, I got a hot take. I took a nap, woke up to news of Kevin Durant signing with Golden State, coming out of free agency, going to Golden State Warriors or whatever. And like, he almost broke the internet with that news. And so first, I'm just gonna give my opinion on it. I think personally, like I don't care either way because I'm not a Golden State fan. I'm not Oklahoma fan. I'm not a Cavs fan or whatever. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. So if he don't come to the Pistons, I don't really care, and because I live and die with my team or whatever. But like it's good for him. Like he getting his money. He's putting himself in the best position that he think he should be in, and that's all that matters or whatever. I don't have a dog in this fight, so I don't care either way. I mean, I do personally a little bit. I kind of think it's dope because I would like to see that team go against the Cavs next season in the NBA Finals or whatever. That's my prediction, but I don't think that's a hard prediction. It's like them or the field, like you choose or whatever. But so like it was kind of dope and just to see people reactions and everything. And a lot of people like one thing I seen Oklahoma City fans burning Kevin Durant jerseys or whatever, and his situation is parallel to what LeBron did in 2010, I believe it was. Um, he was free agent. Everybody thought he was gonna be loyal to Cleveland. Kevin Durant, free agent. Everybody thought he was gonna be loyal to Oklahoma, and he chose to go to a team where he had the best chance of winning. But in the end, like they kind of stacked the odds in their favor, which I'm not opposed to. I'm just mad the Pistons ain't done it. No free agents want to come to Detroit. But that's the same thing Kevin Durant did. I mean, his is a little different. Like, if you really hate LeBron for the decision and going to Miami to win the championship, like, there's no way. Like, the hate for LeBron is so strong. There's no way you can give Kevin Durant a pass. He should be like the most hated athlete in the world compared to if you comparing what he did to LeBron. Because LeBron went to Miami. All they had was D Wade and a bunch of role players. He did bring Chris Bosh there, but they never played together, and they came together and formed that team. That's like if LeBron would have went to the Celtics. They had won the championship. They had KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rondo. That would have been different. But that's what Kevin Durant's essentially doing. He going to the team with the reigning two-time MVP. Um, they just won 73 games. They've been to the finals twice, won one championship. So he's going to a team that's already stacked. Now, a couple of things come with that. So, like, before I get into that, the scrutiny that LeBron got and the criticism he got, like, it should come to Kevin Durant too. And from what I've been seeing online, it's been coming to him. And one of the things that I want to say real quick, like, because everybody pointing out how Cleveland burned LeBron jerseys. Then when he came back, everybody was like, "Oh, LeBron back, we forgive you" or whatever. So, like, one of the things that kind of bugged me out about it, like, who cares that they burned his jersey? I'm not saying like I would go out and burn my favorite player jersey or whatever, but that's just the loyalty of sports fans, and it's really, really big. Sports fans are really, really big. No disrespect to no fan base. You got Texas and Oklahoma, and you have the Midwest. And the Midwest, like, we really ride or die for our team. So that just showed me the passion of the fans. Like, you gone, you selling us out, they burned his jersey. It's like when Ben Wallace signed with the Bulls because they offered him $12 million more. Now, it's $12 million, so I can't be mad at him. But as a fan, I'm gonna say forget Ben Wallace. When he come to the Palace, and when he came to the Palace, I booed him like crazy. Every time he touched the ball, it even looked like he was about to do something. I booed him because I'm a passionate sports fan. So that kind of happens, and you got to put that in perspective. So, like, Oklahoma burning Kevin Durant jerseys, that's regular, man. That's just passionate sports fans. And if he decide to come back to Oklahoma, everybody gonna laugh and everybody gonna be happy. Now, a couple of things about this. After LeBron went to Miami, the owners did their little lockout so they can change the salary cap and prevent teams from building super teams. And boy, did that backfire. I don't know the economics of it, but I know that they had their lockout to prevent this from happening, and it's happening. Not only is it happening, but you're getting bench players getting marquee money that's not even considered max deals, which is crazy and insane, but it's dope. I'm all for the athlete getting paid. Like Golden State, the owners bought Golden State Warriors franchise for like $475 million. It's worth $2 billion today, and Kevin Durant is going to add to that. So, in my opinion, athletes are grossly underpaid as far as what they bring in, like the revenue they bring in for their franchise. But anyway, so I'm looking online and I'm just seeing people like they crying about it. They oh, it's not fair. He built a super team. Like we're not gonna be able to watch the NBA. Ain't gonna be fun because we know the Cavs and Golden State gonna be in the finals and blah 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 and this and that, and that's not fair, man. I miss the old NBA. Blah blah blah. With all that being said, like y'all gotta stop crying and stop doing revisionist history because that's not how it's been. It hasn't been the way that people crying it should be. It never was like that. In the 80s you had the Lakers and you had the Celtics. They always were in the conversation for the finals. I remember my Uncle Greg, rest in peace Uncle Greg. I remember he would always say like, we just get up and be like the first game of the season, like who you think gonna win, the Lakers or the Celtics for the championship. And then it was like one or two teams sprinkled in. I know Philly won it, like I want to say 83, 84, somewhere around there. And then, in the 90s, you had like the Pistons had their little stint you know, in the middle, like 89, 90 or whatever, but it was Jordan. Like Jordan ran the league, and you had Houston got they two in there in between. But that's how it was. It was always like, who gonna go? Who gonna play Chicago in the finals? That's all that mattered. So this is no different from that. Like, stop trying to do revisionist history. Like, it's no different. It's always been like the same teams competing for the championship, and they throw one or two in there, but it's nothing has ever changed. Like even now, you always know like San Antonio, they gonna be in it or around it. Cleveland or whatever team, Cleveland or Miami, whatever team LeBron on, gonna be in and around it. Golden State last year shocked the world. In my opinion, they were good, but they shocked the world by winning the championship. And then you expected it this year. But like it's always been like that. And don't say like players didn't form super teams. First of all, you got the 2003 2004 Lakers with Shaq, Kobe, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone. They didn't win though. Shout out to my Pistons for shutting it down. First 5-game sweep in NBA Finals history. Shout out to them boys. But and also you had Magic, Kareem, Worthy. Like you had Bird, Parrish, McHale, Dennis Scott, Danny Ainge, not Dennis Scott, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, and all of that. Like you had superstar teams, and then they talk about where players didn't get traded and go to teams, or players didn't do free agency and go to teams. Like that's not true. Like when Philly won it in the '80s, they traded for Moses Malone, who at the time was the best player in the league. So you can't say that. And then the Bulls created one of the most smoothest robberies in history. They finessed San Antonio out of Dennis Rodman, and they gave him Will Perdue. Like this has been happening. Like this is the NBA that I'm used to. Like I'm not even used to this many different teams winning championships. When I was growing up, Jordan stopped so many great players. Kemp, Peyton, Malone, Barkley, Ewing, they all those great players never got a championship because Jordan stood in their way. And it's just the same thing. Like you're not gonna get a championship because LeBron in the way, or you're not gonna get a championship because Tim Duncan in the way, or you're not gonna get the championship because Steph Curry in the way. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So you can't get mad at a player for trying to put himself in the best position possible. That's all I'm saying. Like just enjoy the NBA. Like we complain so much about so many things, but like you continue to watch it. Like just enjoy it. And one of the things that I like about this decision is like, when LeBron made his decision, Kevin Durant had a lot of tweets about it, and everybody, posting those tweets. Like, remember you said this, you bum and everything. Like, first of all, people grew up, and second, like, it be like that sometimes. Like, you can say what you gonna do until you in that situation, and now he's in that situation. He did exactly what LeBron did. The situations are parallel. One more thing. Let me talk about bandwagon fans. First of all, I hate that term because like I don't think that people are bandwagon fans. Like me personally, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan through and through. But I like other teams and I like other players, so I'm a fan of other players. I'm not so much a fan of other teams. And besides, like the Pistons, they made the playoffs this year, but they haven't been good for a while. So if I'm watching sports, which I love to do, I love sports. So I'm gonna root for one of the teams that's playing. That doesn't mean I'm a bandwagon fan. That don't even mean I'm a fan of theirs. Like it's a competition and it has a winner and a loser, and you pick a side. Like that's all it is. Sometimes people just like players. Like one a good friend of mine, Marcus, he's never been a Piston fan. He's been a Jordan fan. So in turn, that made him a Chicago fan. Now he wasn't from Chicago, and then when Jordan retired, he became a Kobe fan, so he became a Laker fan. That's not bandwagon. That's just rooting for your favorite player or rooting for a team that you like. And especially in this generation, it's a little different because when we were growing up, like when I was growing up, cable wasn't as big as it is now. So you got to see the Sunday NBA games and you got to see your local team. So you develop, a love for that team or whatever. With so much technology, streaming TV shows, streaming games, looking at them on YouTube, on the internet, cable, how it is, everybody got a TV deal. Like you get to see more games, so you don't have that connection to your home team sometimes. So like, miss me with all that. Oh, where was the Golden State fans at when they blah blah blah, or putting up pictures of Baron Davis when he played for Golden State, talking about y'all don't even know who this is, Baron Davis and Jason Richardson. Like I'm a sports fan, so I know who they are, but that doesn't mean I can't root for Golden State, especially if I don't have a dog in the fight. Like let me just enjoy this. Like I want to see whoever win, and I'm not a fan of LeBron. Let me get that straight. Like I do not like LeBron. Has nothing to do with his skill because it all has to do with me being a Piston fan through and through. I love the Pistons, so LeBron always murdered the Pistons, especially when he played for the Cavs and everything. So like I really don't like LeBron, but I will say this finals made me look at him in a different light, and I appreciate him. And another thing that made me really like him is when they was down 3-1, he wore the Undertaker t-shirt. Like it was him talking smack, like, yeah, we coming back from the big dead. And then when they won the championship, he had the Ultimate Warrior t-shirt on, like, yeah, I'm the Ultimate Warrior now, you little crybaby warriors or whatever. Like that was so dope to me, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. I like the competition, and I like how even though LeBron went with D Wade and Chris Bosh, it created this thing. Even though the NBA hated them, didn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers, but hopefully they let this deal go through. He's signing with them, and it's gonna be beautiful. Russell, like I think Oklahoma, I really think they gotta trade Russell now. I mean, it might upset their fan base, but they gotta get something for him. Or they could let him play out. A lot of people saying he's gonna average like 35 points a game, which is not impossible, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Like 35 points a game over 82 game season. Nah, I mean possibly. But anyway, that's my hot take on the Kevin Durant free agency. So like, dislike, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. So just remember, in life, no matter what you do, be dope. Be dope, be dope, be dope. And until next time, y'all be cool like how y'all be cool.